Progress.
Yishem Adonai Baruch Adonai Hashem names we bless forever and ever. Shalom everyone. Today, Be'ezrat Hashem, I want to focus on two topics, two subjects. One is the mitzvah of matanot la'evyonim, charity for the poor, and the other one is mishloach manot. Mishloach manot is giving portions of food to each other. So I want to go through the first one, charity to the poor, really quickly. Just want to remind you that Purim is like 2 weeks away, Bezrat Hashem. We're going to have this class and next week class just before Purim. Purim this year, 2024, is at Saturday night. Now, what's the mitzvah of giving charity? How much we should give to how many people? What's the minimum required? Can we give to young men? Do I make a mitzvah giving charity to one person? Can I give a check or Venmo, Zelle, and so forth and so on? Really quickly. So the mitzvah, what's the idea behind it? So the idea behind this mitzvah is to basically our sages saw fit to institute this mitzvah is because poor people are obligated to celebrate Purim with feasting and merrymaking just as much as all other Jews, since the miracle of Purim was performed for their sake as much as it was for all other Jews. So we want to make sure they have no lack of means to celebrate, and we want to support each and every one of them that we can. But obviously we can't, so we need to give to someone that is in our close circle or someone that we know that he is in need. Therefore, our sages institute the obligation to give charity to poor on Purim Day, and enable them to fulfill the mitzvah of celebrating Purim along with everyone else. This explains why our sages were so adamant that the funds earmarked for Purim celebration be used for that purpose only. Okay, so let's go to the halacha. How much I need to give to how many people? Don't get confused. Our sages institute a mitzvah to give charity to at least two, at least two poor people during Purim day. So the mitzvah, I would say, this year is to give on Sunday. Okay? Now, if you know that you're going to be busy on Sunday, you won't be able to give on Sunday, you can give beforehand. You can give from today. You can even put aside the money and then give it after Purim, in case you have nobody to give wherever you live at. This mitzvah can be fulfilled during Purim day only. Again, this year, Sunday, and not during the night of Purim. Ideally, one should fulfill this mitzvah soon after having recited the Megillah. Okay. Giving what? Can I give food? Can I give clothing, furnitures? Let's say I want to donate someone, a sofa, a couch, a refrigerator. Would that be considered as a gift, a charity for the poor on Purim? So we said that. Let me just finish the last halacha, that after reciting the Megillah, as it alluded to in the Talmud in Megillah 4b, quote, the poor people look forward to the time when the Megillah is recited. They're excited, they know that right after they will receive tzedakah. One can fulfill this mitzvah by giving money, a cooked food, or with something else edible. One cannot fulfill it by giving tools, clothing, or linens, and so forth and so on. One certainly fulfills this mitzvah by giving bread. Bottom line, the idea behind it is this is something that can be immediately used. Definitely you can give the couch later, the refrigerator later, or you can give furniture, but you can give a few dollars in order to fulfill the mitzvah. So you give him $10 and give the couch, and then give the other electrical device that you want to give. What's the minimum? What's the minimum required? Technically, it is sufficient to give 1 coin of the smallest denomination to each of the 2 poor people. So, I don't know, say 10 cents, a quarter, $1. For our society, 1 penny will be enough, since a penny is a legal tender. Anyone who bears the fear of heaven, however, will give generous gifts with the pleasant demeanor. He will be rewarded accordingly. So obviously, the minhag, the custom, is to give at least the amount of what it costs to buy lunch, for example. Okay, so how much is it today? Kosher lunch would be $15, $20. So that I would say be the minimum. Chai, 18. Okay, that will be the minimum required. So you would give, as we mentioned before, you give, let's say, 18, okay, or 10, as much as you decided, as much as you can afford. The more, the merrier. You will receive blessing from Shamayim accordingly, okay? What if someone gives to one family? He wants to give to the husband and the wife. That will be considered as giving to 2 people, or they consider as 1 family. Okay, you get the question? Bottom line, Allah says, if someone gives money to a married couple who are poor, he has fulfilled the mitzvah of giving to 2 poor persons. The same applies if one gives money to a poor man who supports his son. In case I get this every year, people not sure to whom to give, they don't know how to do. So if you have any issues with that, you can contact us directly, and we will do it for you like we do every year. Giving to the poor, you can contact us privately. Now, giving to young child, for example, if someone gives charity to a poor child younger than the bar mitzvah age, it counts toward fulfilling the mitzvah of matanot le'evyonim. The Rama, for Ashkenazim, the Rama added that it is permissible for a man to give Purim charity to a poor widow. It is proper, however, that he refrain from sending her treats and snack foods. Okay? During the year, we are very selective. We don't give to... I'm sorry? During the whole year, we are very selective. We are trying, we're trying to investigate, to see to whom to give. There's some people, that they don't really in need and they're still asking. So we always consult with the Rabbi, or we supported organization that we're familiar with. Like Ohev Israel Foundation that we have, for example. So we take care of that. But because sometimes are just phony baloney people just lying and cheating. So on Purim, we're more lenient. The mitzvah is to give to whoever stretch out his hand to ask for tzedakah, you don't really investigate unless you know for sure that he is a liar. Okay? On Purim, we do not demand anyone to prove that he is genuinely destitute. Rather, we give to anyone who stretched forth his hand in asking for charity. Okay? Some people are very excited for the Seudah on Purim, which occurred this year on Sunday day, during the day. They are planning it in advance, inviting people, buying a lot of treats, preparing a nice Seudah. It's all beautiful and wonderful, but you should remember that it is far more meritorious to use extra money for the mitzvah of matanot la'evyonim, the charity, than to spend it on a lavish Purim feast, or for the mitzvah of mishloach manot, what we will deal later, sending portions of food to each other. The greatest form of celebration and merrymaking is to gladden the hearts of the poor, the orphans, and the widows. By gladdening these people, one emulates God as the prophet described him in Yeshayahu and Isaiah 57:15, quote, to raise the spirits of the downcast and to revive the hearts of the depressed. It's mamach literally mitzvah from the Torah. What about a poor person that he himself getting charity? Even someone who depends on charity for his own support must nevertheless give matanot la'evyonim on Purim. Matanot means gift, la'evyonim is the destitute. It's a charity, okay, on Purim. If one poor person gives a coin to another in fulfillment of this mitzvah, and then the second poor person gives the first one a coin in fulfillment of this mitzvah, both individuals have fulfilled the mitzvah of matanot la'evyonim. Which I would like to bless you all, me included, that we will be able always to give and never have the need to take. Amen. Okay. Question. A person set aside every month a tithe, 10%, 15%, 20% from his earnings, and he wants to use the tithe to this mitzvah, to give from this amount, this mitzvah. Can he do that? So the money used to fulfill the mitzvah of matanot la'evyonim, charity, cannot be counted toward the tithe that one gives to charity from one's earnings. That tithe must be used for charity that is voluntary, whereas matanot la'evyonim is an obligation. Our sages taught in Tractate Chulin 82a that one must pay one's obligations from non-consecrated resources. If someone had declared at the time he begins the practice of separating a tithe of his earnings for charity, that he does not wish this practice to be incumbent upon him, as if he had vowed to observe it, he may count the money used for matanot la'evyonim toward this tithe. This leniency applies only if this person cannot afford to do otherwise. He's very tight and he knows how much he's spending, so in this case you can be lenient. Okay? Anyone who has already fulfilled the mitzvah of matanot la'evyonim by giving charity to two poor persons and wishes to continue giving to others during Purim as well, however, may count the extra gift toward his tithe. So you already gave to two people. The rest can be used from your tithe. So normally people give more and enough for more than two people. However, okay, likewise, someone who gives to only two poor persons can compute the gift so that the minimum amount is given to them as the obligatory matanot la'evyonim, and he can deduct the balance of the gift from the tithe he owes from his earning. So there's a way to get away with this easily. Okay. Giving check. One can certainly fulfill the mitzvah of Matanot Levionim by writing a check and giving it to a poor people. Today there's different methods of giving charity. It can be any form that is acceptable. Zelle, Venmo, PayPal, checks, wire transfer, it's all good. Okay. Nowadays it's very easy. If you want to give to organization, like I mentioned before, or through an agent, one can fulfill the mitzvah of Matanot Levionim by giving money to a charity fund trustee to distribute it to poor people during Purim day. Okay, one would ask, okay, but I don't know whom is going to. It does not matter that the recipient of the charity does not know from whom he is receiving it, because people might think that they need to know. One of the levels of tzedakah is to give without you know who it goes, and the guy that received it don't know who gave it to him. It's yet not the highest level of tzedakah. According to the Rambam, there's 8 levels, and this is not, like many people think, that it's the highest level. It's not. Okay. Matanot la'evyonim. What if the poor person that we gave him money in order to buy food wants to buy with his clothing or shoes or any other thing that he wants to use it for? Can he do that? Or he must dedicate it toward food? The person who receives money as matanot la'evyonim may use it to purchase clothing or other items for himself and his family if he wishes to, even though he is the person who gives it to him, meant for him to use this purchase for food. Okay, he can use it as he pleases. He knows what he really needs more. Okay. Next, any questions? I think we covered that pretty much. Really good. Next, I'm moving to the mitzvah of Mishloach Manot. Did you ever hear about this mitzvah, Mishloach Manot? The rationale for the mitzvah of Mishloach Manot. What's behind it? Why are we giving food? You probably saw on Purim Day that people sending baskets with beautiful treats and candies or food. Some of it even kosher for Passover, knowing that people can use it a few weeks later on Passover. Why are we doing that on Purim? Is not enough that we gave tzedakah, a charity? Can I fulfill Mishloach Manot mitzvah by giving money? Can I give uncooked food? Let's say I'm giving frozen steaks, okay, or frozen meat. Can I fulfill the mitzvah of Mishloach Manot to a friend if I give it to my non-Jewish friend? The Torah says friend. Can I give it to a friend, my neighbor, any other friend? He's not Jewish. Can I fulfill the mitzvah by giving to them? How many kinds of, what's the minimum required in Mishloach Manot? When are we supposed to give? Okay, and who is obligated? So forth and so on. I mean, all these questions, Be'ezrat Hashem, we'll try to answer today. What? You have 10 minutes. Okay. Rabbeinu Israel Isserlin, author of Trumat Adeshen, explained that the reason why our sages institute the mitzvah of exchanging manot, a portion of food, with one another on Purim is in order to make sure that everyone has plenty to eat and drink for the Purim celebration. Some people might be destitute, but are not willing to beg for assistance from others, or even to take charity money offered to them. By sending them gift of food, In fulfillment of this mitzvah, however, they can receive some assistance without any embarrassment. This is similar to Ezra, the scribe, instructs to, quote, send portions of food to those who lack the means. Okay, this is Nehemiah, the book of Nehemiah, in the Bible, 8:10. This appears likewise to be the intent of Rabbeinu Yehuda Halevi in the Purim, Bal Mi Kamocha. It's a song. Anyway. Another idea before we go to the halachot, if we won't finish it today, we continue next week, complete it next week. Rabbi Shlomo Kabetz, in the commentary of Menot HaLevi, explained that the purpose of this mitzvah is in order to spread friendship and camaraderie, like being friend, comrades, camaraderie among the people. When someone receives a nice gift from someone else, it communicates to him the love and friendship of the person who gave it. And that in turn plants that seed of reciprocal feelings. Obviously, one should give a nice gift, and it depends to whom you're giving what, okay? And this is something we will discuss later. Good friends, you don't give him a bottle of water and an orange and says, hey, I fulfilled the mitzvah. A drink and a solid food. Just so you know, there are some rabbis that hold that drinks not covered. They have to be different type of food. You want to add a bottle of wine or grape juice, that's another thing. But with Ezrat Hashem, we will learn what's the best method to give and what's the minimum required. Any questions before we move forward? Okay. There are a number of practical differences in the halacha based. Okay, I'm going to skip that because we're going directly to the core of the halacha. Okay. Mishloach manot. Mishloach means in Hebrew to send, like the word shalach. Shin lamed chet. Shin lamed chet. That's the root. Shalach, lishloach, sholeach, shalachti, I've sent. Mishloach. Okay? So, by the way, Mishloach also stands for delivery. I got my delivery. Kibalti et ha-mishloach. Mishloach means delivery. And manot. Manot, sometimes you hear people saying Mishloach manos. It means, manot means portion and means plural. Some say it incorrectly, saying Mishloa mano. Mishloach, there's no words like that. Mishloa mano. Should be Mishloach manot. Or, the Ashkenazi accent, manos, because they are pronouncing the less tough in this word manot when there is no dat in it, which is called dagesh, as sa. Okay? Shabbos, Shabbat. Shabbos, it's the same. But you can say mishloach manos or mishloach manot. Okay, is that clear? During the day of Purim, each person must give another Jew 2 portions of food, meaning a portion of each of 2 different foods. The 2 portions may be both the same type of food as long as they are cooked in 2 different manners. Okay, so let's say, for example, you give them chicken thighs, okay? One is with paprika and the other one is with a different seasoning, okay? Or different cuts of meat, okay? You can, okay, we'll see it later. This obligation is stated in the Megillat Esther. We're going to read it Be'ezrat Hashem Sunday, Saturday night and Sunday morning. It's stated in Megillat Esther, chapter 9, verse 22, quote, to make these days ones of feasting and celebration, and of each person sending portions to his fellow man, and of gift for the destitute. Okay? Comprende? Good. The reason giving for this mitzvah is that when someone sends a gift to someone else, he expresses his love and fondness for that person. So you can imagine someone that gets from you a small bag with a banana and a bottle of water. He might fulfill the mitzvah, but I don't think it shows much love. This will hopefully ignite the recipient's fondness for the one who gave him the gift, a nice gift, thus espousing camaraderie, as we said, and brotherhood among the people. All the law and rules of the Torah promote peace among the nation of Israel, as the verse teaches in Mishlei. Mishlei is Proverbs 3:17. Quote, its ways are paths of pleasantness, and all its avenues lead to peace. All the ways of the Torah leads to peace, to bring peace among the people, among your family, your friends. Bring peace to the neighborhood, to that city, to that state, to the whole world. The whole Torah teaches us about bringing peace by committing mitzvot, by fulfilling Hashem's wishes, Hashem's mitzvot and commandments. We automatically bringing peace to the world. By ignoring His Torah, but by transgressing His laws, by being chutzpahdik, with no shame, we're bringing judgment. Okay? You should think about it. Okay, another reason for this mitzvah is that some people are penniless, but they do not wish to ask others for handouts. They are poor. They don't have much. They're embarrassed to beg for charity in order to celebrate Purim with a lavish feast as it deserves. But if people who are aware of their will send them gifts in fulfillment of this mitzvah of mishloach manot, they will not be embarrassed to receive the gifts. In this way, why? Because everybody exchanging gifts, and it's an opportunity to give plenty. I don't know what's going on in other places, but I can give you an example here in Dallas. Baruch Hashem, some families, we don't give just a basket with different portions of food. We take advantage and we give boxes with meat, okay? And it's a frozen meat. We already fulfilled it. For frozen meat, it's not good enough for the mitzvah. But we already fulfilled the mitzvah, but what we have in the basket, what we gave them in the basket. And the rest is for the seudah, for them to use that seudah, that meal, and the rest of the week, maybe till Passover, maybe even till after Passover. Okay, it's an opportunity to give. Everybody's giving. He can take with no embarrassment. You got the idea. Okay. The basic obligation, we have 1 minute. The basic obligation of the mitzvah of Mishloach Manot is to give 2 portions of food to one other person. This is the plain meaning of the verse, quote, sending portions to one's fellow man. So what we learn, matanot la'evyonim, okay, matanot, the gifts, the charity for 2 people. Okay, but the food, the basket of food that we're giving is minimum for 1 person. Ish le'reh, one to his fellow man, fellow friend. So we didn't get a chance yet to answer the questions we asked in the beginning of the class. This is something Be'ezrat Hashem will continue next week. Stay tuned. God bless you with a wonderful week, a great parnasah, And I want to wish you that you always be on the side that gives and never need to take. God bless you all. See you next time. We have a class, by the way, tomorrow, Be'ezrat Hashem, around 6:30. It's going to be 6:30 Central Time with my regular link to use about Haman and Esav and Mordechai, all what we discussed last week. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi.